Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we are shipping out today on Friday. It was still like a high quantity amount of items, but a lot of lower end sales. So the sales weren't too good. All right. So the first thing right here is a combo order. This person got these 2 lots of these sci-fi miniature bases right here. They have like all these little details of like pipes and just like little designs. And then these bases, people use them to put miniatures on them, and then they paint up the bottoms just to make it pop a little bit more on the table. So when I got these, I didn't know what these were from, so I listed them as sci-fi bases. I would do the measurements because people care about like how long the circle is. So I ended up later on getting something called these Sedition Wars miniatures, and I realized that they had the same bases as these. I forgot to like go back and change these to say the brand or the game Sedition Wars, which is a cool minis or not like miniature board game. But yeah, the person ended up getting a combo order of these. They spent 11. They paid 2 different times, so 11.47 plus 10.81, so slightly above $21 right there, or like $22. All right, plus shipping. Everything's gonna be plus shipping. I don't know if I said that next. All right, moving along, we have some irregular miniatures. These metal miniatures right here, really tiny. They're 2 millimeter. Someone actually let me know that that was the brand, was Irregular Miniatures. That's the name of the brand. Yeah, so they're little tiny infantry right here. They're in the horse and musket range right there. These went to someone for $18.74. I just like the little tiny miniatures. You can still paint them. It's pretty cool. I was not aware that there was still 2 millimeter miniatures. I knew that it went down to like 6, but yeah, they're just cool to look at. They're really tiny. They were hard to picture, but I did it. All right, moving along, we have some Essex miniatures here from England right here, just like a little packet. It's a bunch of like spears and like kind of Roman looking warriors ready to wield the spears. So yeah, it's funny because I got a bunch of Essex miniatures before. I never saw that they came in these little boxes. I've gotten them, a lot of them I got just loose. And then like the previous owner wrote that they were Essex. But yeah, or baggies. I've gotten baggies. I've never gotten boxes, so that was just interesting. This was also a weird one where someone took an offer like a week ago, and I sent them. I usually give them like a week to pay. After that point, I'll send them a message like, "Hey, do you still want to purchase this? If not, I can go ahead and just relist it. It's really not a big deal. Like it doesn't bother me at all." And then I think after like a certain point, I think it's like 5 or 7 days, eBay allows you to cancel it as like an unpaid item without any like backlash. So when that message comes up from eBay that allows me to cancel it, I give the person like another day. Like I'll send them a message. I'll let like a day, sometimes 2 go by. And then if I get no response or no purchase or payment at that point, then I'll relist it. But yeah, this person did end up paying so $15. So I was surprised. Usually when people like wait like a week or a little bit more than a week, and then they haven't pre-messaged me, because sometimes people are like, hey, I still want this, but I'm thinking about other items, or waiting for my extra money to come in or paycheck or all that kind of stuff, just like people plan how they budget their money. I'll get messages like that before then I'll leave the item sitting, and then those people do usually pay. But when someone's usually silent that long, they usually don't. So I just thought that was interesting. All right, next up is going to be this PC game. I do pretty well with the sports boxed PC games. Baseball Mogul 2006 right here. It has like a disc, and then it has like the little manual. It looks like it's going to be one of those more like statistical sports games. A lot of people into like sports or baseball or stuff, they're really into the stats of the players and of the game, and like the hits and the home runs and all that stuff. There are a lot of like sports nerdy people into that stuff, and that's what this game more looks like. So yeah, this ended up going to $10 to repeat buyer. I think they actually bought something else. They did. Sorry, it was a combo order. Also paid at separate times. I'm going to refund all the excess shipping for all these people. I don't even know if all these people know that they're going to get the extra shipping, but sometimes we'll get like someone to send a message like, oh, thank you, I didn't know you were going to refund the excess shipping. All right, we have this full Counts Baseball 6.0 manual for some other baseball game. It's probably like another older boxed PC game. So yeah, this says it's by Lance Hafner Games right there. Don't know anything about this one, but I love picking up like the manuals to a lot of different, anything from like a board game to like a PC game. People do want to complete a full completion of their collections. $8.74. So that was $18.74 for that combo order. All right, next up is going to be 2004. This is a Harry Potter. This is a lenticular card right here. This is McGonagall right here, the head professor of the Gryffindors right there. It looks like there's like 12 different cards in these series. I want to say this either probably came from like some kind of promotional, maybe like candy or something. They did a lot of stuff like that in the Harry Potter world, where there was like the chocolate frogs, and then there's just all these like extra little candies and gadgets and stuff. And then you would you can purchase them in real life, you know, if you go to different places, or they would release a lot of promotional stuff. Harry Potter is super popular still to this day. They released a pretty good video game. Was it like a couple years ago? The Hogwarts Legacy one. People like that one. So yeah, people still like Harry Potter. It's a really cool lenticular card where like it changes depending on like what angle and what lighting like you look at it. $11.25 for that one. All right, next up is going to be just an empty box right here. So it's a replacement box for some. This is going to be Squad Leader. Sorry, I had like a little bag on it to make sure when it's in storage that doesn't get like dust, dirt. I just try to protect it, or if it's rubbing against something else, like nothing happens. Or hopefully like this helps potentially have nothing happen. So yeah, Squad Leader, pretty popular military war game. You've seen me sell a lot of the boards before. You've seen me sell the chit tokens before. Pretty complex game, but you could also play it with less rules. It's one of those games where it has like a bunch of like additional expansions and modules. You can use everything if you want. You can use the base rules if you want. So yeah, this is just the base game. I see this box fairly often. This one, so these older board game boxes, I'm usually looking for the corners to make sure that the corners are good. That's kind of like the first thing that goes in an older board game box, or the first thing that gets like ripped and damaged. So someone probably just wants a new box right there. All right, ended up going for $7. This also went to repeat buyer. I'm not sure what else they bought. Nothing today. All right, moving along, we have a set of two. These are going to be, oh, the phone's almost going to die. So I might have to go off the top of my head right here. These are going to be Fear Itself, HeroClix, D6 dice. I've told you guys before, in HeroClix, the players like to have a symbol for the 6. So right here is the 1. Opposite side of a 1 on a D6 is going to be the 6. But this has the Fear Itself, which is that whole genre storyline within the Marvel universe. But yeah, this was a cool one because HeroClix would once in a while, they would make a kind of like a promotion, like you go to a store and then you would get like special booster packs that were themed to like whatever the promotional event was going on. And usually you do something for like, I want to say like 3 to 6 months. I'm not sure how HeroClix handles all that stuff now. This was going to be back in like 2011, 2012, 2013 when I was playing, when like it would be really exciting to go. And that was like the only way to get these booster packs, and they would have like rare figures. Fear Itself did some themselves as well. I think that was towards the end of me playing the game. So this was probably like 2013. But yeah, these are going to be some dice right here. I don't know if these were in like a special dice pack that they made later on, or if these were actually like promotional dice, but they sold for $4.63. All right, it was just cool to show you guys that they like the set symbol for the 6. That's just the particular that they enjoy. All right, moving along, we have American Science and Surplus catalog. This is from like 2000. Sorry, is it? Yeah, 2007. I was going to say 2006. I don't know like how many places have this store, but Annetta loves this place. There was one where she used to live, and then we went on like a date where we had like a lunch, and then we went to the store, and then later on we like played some Super Nintendo or something like that. But yeah, these kind of stores have a lot of almost like every little gadget, little widget, little like toy, little like electronic that you can do if you want to do like your own little science experiments. If you want to do your own engineering, they'll have like lights, court. They have a whole bunch of stuff. So I know a lot of people like this particular store. This catalog went for $7.49. All right, moving along, we have a cat. We have an attack by the cat right here. I don't know if you guys can see it because I forgot where I framed everything for the video. But yeah, moving along, we have these Geode, which is also known as Vampire the Masquerade cards right here. Someone got a lot of 8s of these uncommon. These are like Bloodline cards right here. And then they bought 3 separate particular rares. I just gave them top loaders. People are usually like super happy when they buy a bunch of individual cards and I give them individual penny sleeves and top loaders. There's a lot of card game people that are kind of stingy with top loaders. I come across top loaders all over the place. I'll even reuse them as long as they're not like too scratched or too bad. But like I always get like a good feedback. People are shocked that I will individually send top loaders. This one was just like a pack of 8, so I don't know. I could do top loaders for this, but this was just how I had this stored. I had these stored in a storage unit within like another box, and I just happened to have top loaders and penny sleeves there. So yeah, this was 4, 8 plus 8, so $16 for this combo order. So yeah, they were excited. They asked about combined shipping, and I said that they would get it. All right, moving along, we have a CD. You've seen that this one went to a repeat buyer. Crazy, I guess, a lot of repeat buyers. I was looking at my numbers for this year so far, and our repeat buyer number is like up by like a huge percentage or something. I think the actual number is like 137 buyers. It's weird because repeat buyers, I think eBay also considers like, let's just say someone buys like they bought these 2 Sedition Wars miniature bases. That is now a repeat buyer because they bought like 2 things. But like we also have repeat buyers that come back that don't get combo orders. So yeah, Yellow Jackets right here. Got a bunch of CDs for $75. Filled a full car. No joke. It was a task. been making money from it. It's been like, that was like the beginning, probably within the first year of us doing eBay. Sees pretty good condition right here. And I'm going for 10, excuse me, $10.50. And then the last thing for the day is going to be Descent Journeys in the Dark, second edition. These are just the 12 search cards right here. Descent is going to be this fantasy campaign game where someone gets to actually play the Overlord and control the monsters, which is a lot of fun. And then there can be like, I think it's like 2 to 4 heroes, or I think if someone plays one player, they can control 2 heroes or more. If it doesn't matter. If someone can keep their brain space occupied with 4 characters, they can do it. Throughout these scenarios, there's going to be these search tokens. The search tokens are for the heroes. It's kind of like a mini side thing where like they're usually low on actions and turns to defeat the Overlord, and the Overlord knows that. Then if they grab these, if they waste like an action on a search thing, they'll grab one of these cards. They'll get gold to purchase items later on, which they kind of need to start getting better. The Overlord also has ways to get better stuff. So like there's a health potion. This one is going to be like a little cursed doll right here. These are all things that help the heroes. Stamina potion. I think there's also like a treasure chest one. So even if the heroes use the items are not within the game, they still get to keep the gold amounts right there. Sorry, I'm going pretty in depth right there. It's just cool to sell the bits and pieces. I love this game. I've been playing it recently, like within the past year. I did like the base campaign, never finished it, so I finally finished it. I just control the Overlord myself, and then I'll play some of the heroes. But also there are apps to have someone control the Overlord, and then you just play the heroes yourself. Super cool game. Like I said, second edition search card, $6, nothing too fancy. That is everything. Like I said, it's kind of like a lot of stuff, but just like lower dollar amounts. All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help support us, take a look at our shop down below, and I hope everyone has a good weekend.